Hello everybody, it is me, Dyloz Witty, and we're back with my summer car. If you remember, in the last episode, we got completely wasted on a boat, and we started brewing up some Killu right here in the bucket. If you want to see that episode, just go back, take a look at it, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now anyway, today we're gonna do something incredibly boring. I know, so boring. We're gonna be building the car. Now, we're still nowhere near getting this thing running, considering I think we're kind of close to getting the main areas on the outside, or the inside, I don't know. We're getting close to getting the main body finished. But we still have to deal with the whole engine, which I'm not prepared to do that yet. So we're gonna just have some fun building the car. Again, I do have a little manual bit here with me, just so I know exactly what I'm doing. I completely forgot to put it in the last episode's description, or at least the episode where we built the car. I might go back and add it, I don't know, but I'll try my best to remember to add it to this one. For now though, we're just gonna continue on from where we were last time, which I think I think we're up to the shock absorbers now. So the shock absorbers are right here. They don't go into any particular side, they just go in around here somewhere. You just chuck them in. Oh, there we go. So you just chuck them in, grab your toolbox. If you remember, you just got to press F on the handle and it should open up. So you're looking for one 12mm bolt, which is up in here, I think. Yeah, so just over here, and you want to scroll up to tighten the bolt, and then we'll chuck in the other one before we do that. Alright, there we go. So again, one 12mm bolt each. So just remember that, and then they take two 6mm bolts each, which those bits are down here at the bottom. Kind of hard to find, but if you know the general area, they're pretty easy to find. So I want to talk about one of my series while we're doing this. There's a series that I'm doing right now on the game Saints Row 4. That series kind of sucks, to be honest, and it's never going to be finished. For anyone who actually enjoys the series, I'm sorry for you, but it's never going to be finished because the game is just so broken that me and Robin just can't be bothered actually playing it. So, not my fault, it's the game's fault. It just crashes so many times. Anyway, after the shock absorber, you put in the drum brakes, which don't have a side, they just get chucked right on there. The drum brakes take one 14mm bolt each. So you want to come over to your toolbox and you just want to find your 14mm spanner, and you just want to scroll up, like I said before, to bolt them in. If you're wondering how you take out the bolts, it's just scroll down and they'll come out. I don't think I mentioned that last time, but it's pretty simple. So now we're basically done with the main bits of the car. We can come over here and add some extra stuff to it, but we should probably wait before doing that. So you know what? I think I screwed up. We have time to do the engine, so that's gonna be fun. Let's start doing that now. Oh boy. So, I'm trying my best to stay, happy and entertained in these videos. Whenever I go back to the videos though, it turns out that I sound super depressed and bored in the videos. I'm trying my best to stay enthusiastic, and to be honest, I'm probably gonna go back and see, like, oh, this video sucks, I'm not enthusiastic. But to be honest, it's very difficult to stay enthusiastic while you're trying to build a car. There's nothing entertaining going on. You're like, oh wow, we're bolting in this. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. It's really not though. But anyway, you wanna grab your engine block and you wanna just chuck it on the table there, and then you want to find your crankshaft, which is this lovely piece here, and you just want to kind of shove it in until you, whoops, you want to just shove it in the block until you find that check mark, and then you just want to click, we'll find it eventually, wait, there we go. So there we go, you see it connects right there like that. Now you want to hunt through all of this garbage until you find the main bearings. And you just want to kind of chuck them right there. There are 3 of them, so they connect somewhere in the crankshaft. You just have to figure it out. But the main bearings, they take 2 9mm bolts each. If I read that correctly, let me just make sure. Yeah, 2 9mm bolts each, so 9mm spanner. And you just want to, I picked up the wrong one. So you just want to bolt those in. I'm probably going to skip all the big sections of bolting things in, because there's really nothing entertaining I can say while doing it. It's very slow and uninteresting. If you can see them and they're not hidden, I'm not gonna show anything. But considering I've already talked through this, might as well not skip it, so never mind. After you get the bearings in, you just want to flip it around like this, and alright, that sounded good. You want to chuck in the pistons. Now, one thing that is kind of annoying is I don't think with these pistons, I don't think you can start the car, because I think they're incredibly broken. So in the last episode I showed how you replace the pistons over in Fleetari's repair shop. I'm probably not going to spend my money on those. Ooh, yeah, that looks fucked. I'm probably not going to spend my money on getting those, considering it's much more simple to just cheat. So, you know what, this game's broken, this game's still in early access, and I've played this game like 5 times over in the past year, so I really don't think I'm ready to do it normally. So, I'm sorry for anyone who actually wants to watch me not cheat, but that's not gonna happen. Anyway, the pistons, the bolts are on the back. They take 2 7mm bolts each, so you can see them, they're right along there. I'll probably skip this part because can't find anything entertaining to say here. Alright, so after you bolt in all of the pistons, what the hell is going on with my voice? You wanna, oh okay, it's just rain. I thought that was like fire or something. You wanna find your head gasket. I don't even know if I pronounced that right. My Australian accent might have screwed that up. But anyway, you just want to chuck that on the top. It doesn't take any bolts. It just goes over the pistons like that. And yeah, that piston is probably not going to run. After you get the head gasket though, you just want to put it on the cylinder head right here. You want to put that on top of the pistons and the head gasket. You just want to come over here. You want to find 10 10 7mm bolts right along the top here. We already had the 7mm spanner, so that's good. You just want to bolt it. My power keeps going out and I'm really worried for my own safety. Hopefully we're gonna survive. Anyway, there are 10 7mm bolts, very noticeable along the top here. There are some bolts in the car and the engine that are kind of hidden and separated from each other, and those ones I probably won't skip just so you'll know where they are. But for now we're just... Please stop. For now we're just gonna probably skip these parts. But just like the first time I said that, I've talked all the way through it, so that's great. That's great as long as I'm entertaining people while doing a small... And here's where I forget what I'm trying to say. As long as I'm entertaining people while I'm doing a tutorial on how to build a car in a game, that's all that matters. I think, I don't know. The last video probably wasn't actually, like the last building video probably wasn't as entertaining as any of the other videos. But you know what? Screw it, I don't care. If I can't figure out a way to make it funny, or at least entertaining in the slightest, that's not my fault. It's the fact that the car is just so slow and boring to build. But anyway, the reason why you needed to buy spark plugs earlier in the first episode, go check it out if you missed it, but you'll need... Please stop. You'll need these for the engine, so you want to just... I think it's on the other side. Just turn around your engine. Yep, there we go. The spark plugs go in right here, and you want to press F on the spark plug box to bring them out. There are 4 in each box, so that's enough for one engine, for one use. I don't know, but after you chuck them in, I think you need the spark plug wrench, which is right here, and you want to just kind of bolt those in. I don't know, screw them in. I don't know how to English apparently, but you just want to put them in. That works for me. So after you get the spark plugs, you want to put in the rocker shaft, which is this bit here. Why does this keep happening? Alright, you just want to chuck that up on the top there. Should simply... Okay then. Should simply... Oh, why? Go the right way, please. Alright. Please stop. Alright, so the rocker shaft takes 5 8mm bolts. 8mm bolts. I didn't actually read that, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I got the correct ones. So you just want to very slowly bolt these in. One thing is, if you remember in the first episode, I showed off the parts catalog, which is right here. In that, you can buy a ratchet set. The ratchet set I recommend buying once you can, because it is much more useful than the spanners. It works faster, and you don't even have to worry about scrolling up or down to move it. You press F and it automatically switches the way that it turns, which I don't know why that's a thing, but you know what, sure, it works for me. But anyway, after you put in the rocker shaft, you want to find the camshaft, which is nope, just the camshaft. Just right here. That you just want to kind of wiggle around on the inside of here until it fits into place. The camshaft takes 2 5mm bolts right on this side over here. You want to just bolt them in like so. Alright, and after you bolt in the camshaft gear, you want to find... well, not the camshaft, just the camshaft. I don't know what that sentence was. After you bolt in the camshaft, you want to put in the camshaft gear, which is right here. That goes on the camshaft like that. It takes one 10mm bolt to put in. So find the spanner. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Now one thing is, you will want, so if you see this little notch right there, little point, you want to keep bolting in or scrolling up on the wheel so it turns, and you want to just make sure that the little notch in the gear is pointing down towards the crankshaft. The crankshaft. You want to make sure that it's pointing down towards it. You can see the camshaft is right here. That's probably not. Do one more. Yeah, there we go. I reckon that's it. I'm just going to assume that this little nubbly bit right there is good enough. Just gonna unplug that. So now I'm just getting worried. I can't remember correctly, but I'm pretty sure if you answer the phone in a thunderstorm, it will like electrocute your house or something and you lose all your power, or you like die or something. I don't really remember, but I would rather not have any of those happen, so I'm not going to risk it. So anyway, after putting in the camshaft gear, you want to find the timing chain, yeah, right here, and you want to just chuck that in right there. It doesn't take any bolts because it's a chain, so what do you really expect? Now you want to find the timing cover, which is right around here, and you just want to chuck that in over this. There are a few bolts everywhere. It takes, if I can read, it takes 6mm bolts. Really close to the devil. Getting a little bit too close for comfort. It's probably not a reference that people are going to be too happy about me talking about. I sentence good. Alright, so after you get all of those in, let me just check this. Okay, it's still charging. I hope it's not dead. I don't remember how this thing works. But after you get the timing cover on, you want to find the water pump, which is right... Oh, it's right here. The water pump goes on this side, I think? No, it still goes on this side now. Yeah, so the water pump takes 5 7mm bolts. So, just want to very slowly bolt that in. Alright, so after you put in the water pump, you want to find the crankshaft pulley, which is this bit right here. I'm pretty sure the crankshaft pulley goes on this side. I don't know, to be honest. This is getting into the territory where I have no clue what I'm doing. Alright, it just goes in like that. I really cannot English, Jesus. So the crankshaft... I don't like those noises. The crankshaft pulley goes in with a 1 11mm bolt right there. Pretty simple. Now after you get the crankshaft pulley in, you want to find the water pump pulley, and that just goes over the water pump like so. It takes... Alright, I've never been more afraid of thunderstorms in my life. The water pump pulley takes 4 7mm bolts, so just chuck them in like that. Alright, so while you're building the car, I recommend bringing in a case of beer. Just chuck it on the table next to you, just so you can always drink while you're making this horrible abomination. And then I recommend also grabbing some sausage, just so you can eat something while you're, you know, boring yourself with all of this boring shit. What's the time? So just in case you didn't know, there is a clock right here. I'm gonna assume that means it's 10 at night. I guess so. I'm just gonna go to sleep, just so we can have a little bit of daylight and hopefully the thunderstorm will be over. So you just press F to go to sleep and then you'll come back. Alright, so it's Thursday now, as you'd expect. Just gonna quickly pee like a nice person. Actually, just to prove that you can drink your own urine. There you go, you see your thirst going down like that. Is that good enough for you? So anyway, I'm just gonna keep drinking that until it's all gone. Squeeze it out. Right, and you might notice that I have no care for my I have no care for how dirty I am. That's because it doesn't really do anything in this game. So I really couldn't care less. But anyway, we're back here now. I think we finished with the water pump pulley. After the water pump, you want to find the distributor, which just goes in like that, and I think it uses a screw. Maybe I shouldn't have chucked everything on the toolbox. Use a screwdriver, and you just screw that in like so. There are a few things that you can do to adjust the distributor, but I don't think we can really do any of that until it actually goes in the car, so we'll have to wait a while. But after the distributor, you want to find the alternator, which goes in right over here, I think. Give me a second. Alright, so the alternator goes on that side. Oh, God. Oh. Alright, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. The alternator goes right on this side over here. It takes one 7mm bolt, which is right there. Takes one 7mm bolt right there. And then there's one 10mm bolt, which is on like the other side. I think it's behind here. Yeah, it's right behind the alternator. It takes one 10mm bolt for that one. And there is a screw, but I don't think you want to put that in just yet. No, you don't. So you want to go find your alternator belt that you bought in the first episode, hopefully. Otherwise you'll have to go back to Timo's and buy it. But you want to just chuck that on right around here. You want to chuck it on. You want to find where it goes on very easily right here in this position, right. It really doesn't want to go on. Give me a second. Does it want to go in now? Alright, there we go. So what you want to do to actually put the alternator belt. I made that same mistake in the first episode. What you want to do to put the alternator belt in is you want to make sure that the screw is not screwed in, and then you want to have your hands instead of tool mode, and you want to just scroll up, I think, and the alternator will go up along here, and then you can put in the alternator belt. After you put the alternator belt on, you want to, I really can't get a good position to show you. good enough, you want to scroll it down until it's like, I think, as tight as possible. Maybe like one off. I don't know the exact position that it wants to be in, but like I said earlier, we can probably just cheat and fix up the engine completely, just because I really don't want to spend so much time doing boring stuff like fixing the engine. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, because to be honest, it would be kind of fun to do this game without cheating. But anyway, after the alternator belt and adjustment, you want to chuck in the engine plate, which goes on this side now, finally. Right there. So it goes on that side with ease compared to the alternator belt. Doesn't take anything to put on. Now you want to find the starter, which is right... The starter is right here. And you just want to chuck that on here, I would assume. Yep, there we go. So the starter goes in with two 7mm bolts. And they're both on this side, like right here. And you just want to screw those in, bolt them in, I don't know. Alright, so after the starter, you want to put in the carburetor, which is right... Nope, that's not the carburetor. The carburetor is right here. That goes in right here with... Right, maybe on the other side, I don't know. I've lost track of where things go at this point. I just know or somewhat of where the area is. If I knew English better, I would be able to talk better, but nope. It's what happens when you're Australian. Your language just sounds so different, even though you speak the same language as everyone else. Or at least, as some other people. You speak the same language as other English people, it's just, it sounds different because you're Australian and your accent's weird. But, you know, screw it. Now I think that's where all the bolts are. There, two there, I guess. Yeah, that would make sense. Anyway, after the carburetor, you just want to put in the headers, which goes in right underneath the carburetor, like so. Those take 5 8mm bolts, so same bolt size as the carburetor, just one extra. The extra one should be right there in the middle, and then there are two on this side up here. The engine's getting super crowded now, so it's kind of difficult to see where everything goes, but you'll work it out eventually, especially if I show you where it goes. But after the headers, you just want to chuck in the flywheel, which goes on the side that I've hidden. So we gotta flip it over like that. Alright, so flywheel goes on like that, and it takes 6 7mm bolts. No, we don't. Alright. So you just want to bolt in those. As much as I'd love to say we'll end the episode off here, considering I've already been recording for 30 minutes, I really don't want to, because I don't want to end up stopping the car and then needing to come back to it. So I think we'll just keep on going on with the engine until it's finished. We're nearing the end. We just got a few more pieces to add onto it, and then we'll be finished. Like, this might look like a lot to you, but after building the car so many times, it's actually like nothing. I mean, we're almost finished the car, to be honest. Like, after we get the engine in, we just got to add in those few last pieces, and then we can add in like the boot and stuff and the chairs, and then we'll be ready to drive. Well, I mean, kind of. We still need wheels, which we weren't able to grab in the last episode because I screwed up and didn't bring the sledgehammer. By the way, the sledgehammer is right here, so if you want to go and grab the wheels before I actually show you, just grab the sledgehammer and take it over to the haunted mansion. You can break in and, you know, have fun. You might need to look up a guide for now until I actually go and do that. But, I mean, for now we don't really need the wheels, considering we're nowhere near driving yet. But anyway, where were we? What did we do? We did the flywheel. So, you want to come down here and you'll see all these clutch things. You just want to chuck them in all together like that till there's this, and you just want to chuck that on top of the flywheel, like so, like so. And they all take 6mm bolts. And just hope you don't accidentally pop the whole thing off, because that can get annoying sometimes. Alright, there we go. So the 6 bolts are pretty easy to find. They're all on the front right here. Pretty simple to find, not hidden at all. Now, one thing that I should mention while nothing's going on is a lot of these parts actually have wear, so they can break. I'm pretty sure all of these stock parts are pretty broken already, which is why you probably want to go to Fleetari's and get them fixed. But I don't want to, so like I've been saying this whole episode, I'll probably end up cheating that later, just cause I don't care at this point. But anyway, after you put in the clutch assembly, you want to find the oil pan, which is right here. The oil pan goes on the bottom, I think. Right, yep, right there. Oop, shit. So you might find that sometimes your engine just goes flying off the table. That's okay, I don't think it breaks the engine at all. But then again, that might be why I've never been able to start the car without cheating. So, well, I'm pretty sure that's just because the piston. Last time I realized the piston was super broken. But anyway, the oil pan takes 8 7mm bolts right here. They're all somewhat simple to find. There's one hidden behind the starter right here. But they're all in easy enough positions to find that you won't be searching forever. There are 4 on each side, so you know you'll be able to find them eventually as long as you're looking hard enough. There's one hidden behind here as well, and they're all in relatively the same position as the opposite side. It's just it's an odd shape, so they might be kind of weird. There's also this little bit here on the oil pan that takes 1 13mm bolt. Or it's 1 13mm bolt, so it takes a 13mm screwdriver. Spanner. After nope. Actually, we don't need that, so I'm just gonna chuck this on. After the oil pan, you put in the gearbox. It kind of just attaches to the bottom here, like so. The gearbox takes 6 7mm bolts, which are kind of hidden, apparently. I don't know where those parts are, actually. I think you might need to flip the gearbox around, or the whole engine around, just to find them. There's one. And that's not even the right one, so... Oh, okay, they're right over here. 6 7mm bolts right on here. Hopefully I said that right. It should be. Yeah, they are. I just said that from memory. Alright, so after you get those ones in, there is one 10mm bolt right there, right here. So they're all facing the same sort of direction. The first 6 were right here. This one's right here. Now the drive gear goes in right around this area, hopefully. Don't actually know for sure, but you know, we'll find it. Right there. The drive gear takes 7 6mm bolts, so there are 6 along here, and there's one up at the end bit right there. So we'll probably skip bolting these ones in. Alright, so after getting all of those bolted in, you want to find this lovely friend over here. This is the motor hoist, and you want to just kind of not care for your engine at all and just chuck it down there like so. And now the fun part, actually getting the thing connected to the hoist. So you want to press the, you want to just click on it normally? No. You want to right click on the motor hoist and you should see it very slowly coming down. So it just takes some time, give it a minute and it'll, yeah, you can already see it slowly peeking out. It's coming down slowly. Very slowly, actually. This takes way too long. Why would they do this? So, I think this is like the worst part of the game in my opinion. Screw everything else. The worst part in the game is actually connecting this, because it really hates being connected. So, you'll see on these little nubbly bits that are hanging out of the motor hoist, they will magically summon bolts that you can use. And whoop, I heard a little tink. Oh, I'm hearing some. Right, so yeah, you can see there are little bolts now. Those are 10mm bolts. You just want to bolt those in, and then your engine should be connected to the motor hoist. You'll see it pop in like that. That's how you know. Or did it pop out? I think it might have popped out actually. Yeah, for some reason when it did that it popped out of place, which is not what it's supposed to do. I don't know why it's doing this to me. I think the game hates me. We might bring it up a little bit, I don't know. Alright, there we go. Any tinks? Nope. This game just really... Oh! Okay, we're back apparently. So you just want to fully bolt that in. I'm pretty sure this side should be bolted in. Yeah. So now, once you get that connected, you can start normal clicking or left clicking to bring the whole thing up. Very slowly bringing it up actually. It's really boring to watch. But you know, hopefully I'm making this entertaining enough for someone to actually watch it and be like, hey, this guy's alright. You know, it's a good enough tutorial, I guess. I don't know. So one thing that you may notice is, if you accidentally fling your motor hoist or you move it too fast, you may notice that your engine goes flying across the entire garage. That's... Normally I say, oh yeah, no, that's fine, that's normal, that's good. It's a pain in the ass. It takes way too long to get it set up in the first place. And then to just watch all of your hard-earned... all of the stuff that you worked so hard to earn, it just goes flying out of your arms with ease. It really pains you to watch. But you know, as I was saying, I hope this is more enjoying than the first few episodes of my summer car. I'm really trying to learn how to get into a better, I don't know, YouTube voice. I'm trying to make it more entertaining to watch. And now, me just saying that will probably have some people like, so it's not the real you, you're not actually you're not actually enjoying the game. No, I do actually enjoy this game. It's just these parts in particular really make me hate the game. It's slow paced, but once you actually get somewhere near finishing once you get close to finishing it, or at least once you get the car working, it's great. It's an enjoyable game when it wants to be. It just doesn't like being enjoyable for some reason. It dives too hard on just making you hate the game that it sucks. It takes the jump of being a nice friendly game to just throwing you in these random situations of, oh hey, this game is really boring, it's not entertaining, but then it has such a great way of congratulating you for finishing the car. I don't know how it pulls it off, but once you get the car finished, you feel like you've done something with your life, and it just feels amazing to watch it happen. I don't know how they pull it off, but as soon as you get this car actually running and you turn it into a sexy looking beast, it's just amazing. It brings a tear to your eye. That's how good it is. Alright, so anyway, after you get the motor hoist, or the engine connected to the motor hoist, there are 4 more things that you need to do. You want to chuck on the rocker cover right here. It goes on the top, on the rocker shaft, I think was what it was called. The rocker cover takes 6 7mm bolts, so they're all up on the top here. Somewhat simple to find. Right, so after you get the rocker cover on, you're looking for the fuel pump, which is right here. This connects around the side, somewhere around here. I don't know where. Oop. We had it for a second. There we go. It connects right there. It takes 2 7mm bolts right on the pump itself. Right there. And after the fuel pump is on, you want to find the air filter, which is on the table over here, and that just goes on the top right there like that. That takes 2 6mm bolts, very noticeable right here. Give me a second. Alright, so after you get the air filter on, you just want to come over to wherever you had your shopping, and you want to find your oil filter, and you want to come bring that over to your engine like so. Just chuck it on like that. And this one, you don't want to go into tool mode. You don't need any tools. You just scroll up on it, and it should go down like that. And believe it or not, we've finished the engine, or at least everything we can do so far. There are parts that you can replace, like the carburetor, the headers, and a few other things. You can buy some of the parts here, and you can find some parts around the map as well. But for now, we've actually finished the engine. We're getting so close to finishing off the car. You may look around and say, oh, you're actually that close. It's only a few parts left, but you can see here there is a thing called wiring mess, which is the part that I'm least excited for. It basically means we gotta run around and wire up the car, which is annoying. Now, I don't know what happened here. Why is the car so I'll probably cheat fix that, because screw this game. I didn't do anything to it, at least from what I know. For some reason you can see like a little black bit there. I don't know why that's there. Maybe it's shadow or something. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode of My Summer Car. It was probably a boring episode, to be honest, but like I said, I've been trying to make it entertaining, considering all it is just building the car. It's slow paced, it's boring, it's not entertaining at all. But if you can get over that for just a couple episodes, then just think, in like 3 episodes or so, we'll have this car running, and it'll just be amazing. We can drive around, we can do anything we want. But we still need the wheels, so that's not going to be fun. One thing though, before we end the episode, or maybe I'll chuck it at the start, I don't know. Hold on, let me just grab a beer real quick. I'll need to show you something. There used to be a van that you could get in the game at the very beginning of the game, which means that which meant that you didn't have to use the tractor to drive around everywhere. But they got rid of that. Oh my god! Oh, I love this game now. I love it. I love it. So, you'll see that there's a van right here. This is like 4 days in the game, and we've already gotten it. So you want to come down to the back of your house here, and you just want to knock on the door, and you'll see.
Otan tästä. Se voisi siksi toi palauttaa ne sitten tänne pihalle pian, kun mä tarttisin ja niitä sitten kuitenkin jos jossain kohtaa.
Alright, so here is the van in all of its glory. It has a lot of space in the back, good for picking up packages and stuff. And then you come in the front over here, press enter to go into driving mode. The ignition is right here, you click and hold. Alright, and then the parking brake is automatically on, unlike the tractor. So you want to turn that off, you want to press G, and then you can start driving around in the van. To be honest, I was not expecting to come back here and find it. I was just going to show you where you can find it. But for now, in the story though, you are only getting loaned the van. So you might notice that at times the van just randomly disappears from the face of the planet. Well, not really. But you might have it parked here and then you'll notice it disappears after saving or something. Don't worry, that's just your uncle taking back the van. You can go back there and find it and just take it from him. but later in the game you'll have complete access to the van and it won't be taken anymore. But we still have to wait until he gives us the truck, which I'm not sure how long that will take. But for now, we'll end the episode off here. It's been going on for 50 minutes. I'm not sure how long the normal episode will be, considering it's a tutorial, probably like 40, maybe. There's not much cutting we can do in the video, to be honest. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!